Welcome to the Gal Code, our place where we come together and discuss hot topics, our weekly shenanigans, and the Gal Code, our rules to live by.
Hosted by me, Rob Gartland.
And me, BB Bagnall.
We're here to bring you endless laughter, life lessons, and a good old gossip that only the best of gals could have. So without further ado, let's get started.
Oh, tier 2. How do we... Right, should we start?
I think that was a great start. Oh, tier 2. Oh, perfect.
How do we feel about tier 2? I miss you already. I miss your physical presence already.
Guys, we are back on Zoom.
We're back on Zoom. It's just like the first episode of the Gal Code.
We're back. We're ready. How are you?
So it's also good we're doing some Zoom because I think I have coronavirus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting my test results back. So actually, to be fair, I think I should get the test results when this episode goes live. So check out the polls.
That's so exciting.
Does BB have corona? Yes or no? So I last week started having symptoms, but cold symptoms. So kind of like my sinuses were like really congested. I had like a bit of a cough, but like a tickly throat cough, and just was feeling really achy. I felt like I had a cold. So I was just so adamant that I had a cold, and I was taking cold and flu, and that was helping. Then all of a sudden I just lost my taste completely. I had a caramel Snacker Jack, and then 2 hours later had a McDonald's and was having my curry sauce, and I was really lapping the curry sauce on my fries, and I was like, why can't I taste the curry sauce? And then I was like, guys, I think I've lost my taste. I had a butter my cheeseburger. Meg was like, have the gherkin and see if you can taste that. And I was like, I can't taste the gherkin. Like, I've fully lost my taste. And then 12 hours later, I couldn't smell anything. I had a tissue covered in like Olbus oil. I woke up in the morning, I went to put it on my nose, and I was like, why can't I smell it?
Oh, no.
And that's when I was a bit concerned. But that could be because of my cold. But usually you lose your smell, then that has a knock-on effect for your taste.
Yeah.
And it's because your nose is blocked. And my nose isn't blocked. I'm a bit stuffy, but yeah, no. Then I did some like further digging into coronavirus symptoms and like a headache, nasal congestion, other things, diarrhea.
Treats.
Lovely stuff. There's other things on there which aren't on the NHS website. So yeah, we shall see if I've got coronavirus.
Yeah, but you're doing okay. You've got all the little symptoms. You're not
very tired. But yeah, no, the taste and smell thing. What?
Melania Trump said that she was just very tired and very fatigued.
Same, Melania. Oh my God.
We relate.
We relate. I mean, if you want to send those apparent drugs that Donald Trump had, send them over here, because I want my taste and smell back, please, because it's driving me mad. I cannot taste anything.
But supposedly, can't it take ages to come back?
Me and Meg were just kind of pissing about today, doing blind taste tests and stuff. Like I just ate an onion like it was an apple. I couldn't taste it.
Oh my God. And what else did you please try that made me die?
So... cat treats. I'll explain like my pit of the week explains why I had cat treats, but essentially, yeah, I couldn't even smell them, and I was like, Meg, do these even smell of anything? And she was like, they absolutely stink. They're like some tuna things, like so fishy. And yeah, I had one as a joke. For all I know, it could have been a McVitie's digestive ball thing. I had no clue what I was eating.
Gosh.
Can't taste anything.
Oh, dearie me. Well, shall we jump into Pit and Peak and then you can dive into your pit?
Yeah, I mean, I had a few things that could be pits, right?
Love that.
I mean, I thought I would start with the mouse update following from last week.
Amazing.
So let's go.
Let's go in.
Let's get started.
Let's get started. It's so weird doing this over Zoom. It's sad. Where are our snacks? Do you want to start? Just go for it.
Okay, I'll start. I feel like it's going to be quite like a BB top-heavy podcast.
That's
not
fine.
me talking. So where did I leave off? So I actually listened to our episode just before this, just to refresh my memory on what I talked about. So at that point was when I just found a mouse in the kitchen. Okay, So then the next day we wake up, we've caught a mouse in one of our mouse traps, but it wasn't the same mouse I saw. This was a baby mouse. It was tiny. So then we were like, shit, we've obviously got a family of mice. So Meg then went to let that mouse free on Tooting Common, and the same as what happened last time, it just got attacked by birds. So circle of life, R.I.P. baby mouse. Meg was traumatized.
Very sad.
Very sad. So then I was like, great, we've got another mouse. And then Alex was on a work call, and I saw something out of the corner of my eye, and there's just a mouse in the middle of the kitchen floor just staring dead at me so confidently. So we set out traps and nothing was really coming on the trap. So that was on Friday. Then we go down to Monday. So I went out for dinner with a date and someone I've been seeing for like a month, I think. And came back to mine, woke up at 3 a.m.
And just to clarify, this was last week.
Yeah, this is last week.
Pre-tier 2.
Pre-tier 2, pre-corona symptoms, okay? It's like 3 a.m. and I can like feel he sits up in bed and then that wakes me up and I'm, why are you awake? And he's like, I heard scratching. And I was like, no. The mouse, no. And he's like, I swear. We put our heads back on the pillow to go to sleep and both of us just cannot sleep. I mean, it's like 10 seconds and we're just laying there, just so tense, listening at any sound. And then we hear a bit of rusting again and I shoot up out of bed. I'm like, no, I'm not going to sleep until I turn this room upside down and I see that there's not a mouse in here.
I'd feel the same.
I've got my iPhone flashlight on. I'm going through everything at 3 a.m. And I'm like, this is so fucking embarrassing for me. Like, I have a boy staying over and he is woken up because there's a mouse in my room. Love that for me.
Love that for you.
I turn everything upside down. I'm like, it's not in here. It's really not. And we just sit in bed and our eyes are just going across the room. And then I just see this stupid furry prick come out from behind one of my shoe boxes. And I was like, nah. It's behind you. It's in my room. And he's like, no. And then it dives back behind my makeup table.
Ugh.
It's so gross. And he's just like, nah.
Horrific.
So
truly horrific.
Updates and then so we just went and stayed at his. And then I was like, I'm not sleeping in my room until we've caught the mouse or pest control have been. So I had another sleepover at his. And then I've slept in Meg's bed until the pest control people came on Thursday. So
has anything been caught?
No, but he filled out all the holes in the kitchen. He could see where they had been. Oh my god, I've missed out the cat story. The cat that comes into this.
Oh yeah.
This was Wednesday night. So it's Wednesday evening. I look outside the window in the garden and there's a cat in the garden. And I'm like, Freaky, this never happens. Let's get a cat. Let's get the cat in. So we lure the cat in with a can of tuna. I mean, I'm like, look, I can just kidnap the cat for one night. It's fine. It's fine, okay? So we lured the cat in. Loved it. That's why I ended up buying cat treats. And me and Meg are in love. We call it Hocus Pocus and it's just a babe. It's like a gorgeous black cat. Anyway, it's quite a vocal cat. When I went to sleep, I went to fill my water bottle up in the kitchen and we could hear me and the cat, we could hear the mice scratching in the kitchen.
Stop.
Disgusting. So this was before pest control came. And I was like, brilliant. This is going to get rid of all of the mice. It can go in my room. It can really smell out the mice, whatever. Anyway, I wake up on Thursday morning and Alex is like, Bibi, don't hate me, but I had to lock the cat in the kitchen. And I was like, why did you do that for? I wanted it to patrol the entire house. At 3 a.m., it just sat on the landing and was like, meow, meow, meow. And then Sam comes out of her room and she's like, that fucking cat. And I was like, shut up, guys. You're pathetic. You've ruined my plan to get rid of the mouse. Oh my God, you'd be doing the same if there was a mouse in your room. You'd be crying.
True.
And then Meg, who's in love with the cat with me, she's like, that fucking cat can just go now. And I was like, what? At 3 a.m. It was meow. Obviously, I slept in Meg's bed that night and I was like, I just slept through the entire meal.
You felt protected.
I was fine. Oops, sorry, guys. So yeah, no, cat has gone back to its owners. And then pest control came in on Thursday. So then on Thursday, I slept in my room for the first time back. Then we went away for the weekend. So last night I slept in my bed as well. So basically the only 2 nights since having mice in my room, I've had nightmares that there's been mice in my room. So I don't really know. What was my pit of the week out of all that? Basically, the mouse in my bedroom
Mice.
and the boy I fancy finding a mouse in my room.
Yeah, just mice in general. Mice.
Yeah.
No. So on to happier topics. What is the peak of your week?
Oh, the peak of my week was my lovely wholesome weekend away
in
the mouse-free house. Yeah, my auntie and uncle live in the countryside, in the middle of nowhere. They had this random huge garage thing, and they converted it into an Airbnb home, and it's stunning. So we went and stayed there.
Oh, well, fabulous. That sounds like a lovely weekend.
Yeah, it's an absolutely lovely, wholesome weekend. You know, pure countryside vibes. Love it.
Love that for you.
I feel like I've just talked a lot. I feel like I have just talked at you. So would you like to talk at me? Tell me your pit and peak of the week.
My pit and peak of the week are bouncing off one another.
Yeah.
So my peak of the week is when lockdown first started, London was completely dead, and I started just going on these really long walks and taking loads of photos of the city. It was kind of my way to be creative through it all and everything like that. And this week I finally launched my little Etsy. Yes, I'm a gay with an Etsy and a podcast. We live. And it's got all the photos on there, and I just felt like it shows something I've been doing throughout this time, and just like a cute little tick of a box of something that's finished. So I'm really happy with that.
Lovely.
Pit of the week is, well...
Oh, I feel like I know what it's going to be. It's quite sad, isn't it?
It's sad, but it's sadder on a bigger picture, is that the nightlife and event industry is just deceased at this point.
Yeah.
It's on life support. And the company that I have worked for now nearly 2 years has decided not to reopen their event spaces. So it's kind of at this point just all a bit unknown, you know, reFundancy. But
reFundancy, that's what I said when I was redundant. Let the reFundancy.
Nothing looks as good as furlough feels. And now we're refundant. And we're just gonna, you know, just gotta fight on. I've got a new mantra. You can't stress about the things you can't control.
Yes, it's so true.
Yeah, just try and keep positive, and the more you stress, the less you'll achieve. So I am just taking it on the chin, gonna push forward, try and find some new opportunities, keep myself creative. # find Rob a job, and we will live and learn. If anyone wants to hire me for great things, you can go for it.
Do you know what? That's such a good attitude to have. And I do think when I was made redundant, one of the biggest things is worrying and stressing is just stupid. Yeah, I know sometimes you can't help it, but really just try not to, because at the end of the day, it's not like you're never going to get a job again, because you will get a job again. And if you worry and stress, you're just going to make yourself sick. All this positive mental attitude, don't worry and don't get yourself down on that. You just need to move forward and just take your time to accept what's happened, you know, research into the change curve, because don't beat yourself up. 1 minute you'll be fine, next minute you're not. Just allow your body to go with the flow.
Yeah, right now we're in the middle of a global pandemic. If you're in this situation right now, like I've spent a good few weeks preparing for this because I thought this was what's going to happen.
Yeah.
A bit of realism. And, you know, there is so much support out there right now. There is so much help. There's so many ways you can turn. And you've just got to kind of keep fighting through it. Because everyone is fighting through it no matter what position they're in. So I'm all about just keeping positive through it. But it is a bit of a pit because, you know, it's never a joy.
No one likes to be made redundant.
Just in general, we need to support the nightlife industry and the events industry.
Yes, it's really upsetting seeing people I know go through shitty things.
If you've ever gone on a night out, if you enjoy a club, this 10 p.m. curfew is destroying the hospitality industry, FYI. The amount of people who go out and want to go to a club, want to go dancing, want to have fun, that's something that so many people do. And it's a risk right now of your favourite places are not going to reopen.
Yeah, it's so sad. Honestly, my nights out pre-lockdown, I used to love going to tape every weekend. And now it's just not a thing. And it makes me so sad because, the best nights out were there.
Yeah, it's just mental. But we're going positive. We're fighting on. And we are going to divulge into your problems, icky situations, everything like that you're going through, and give our advice. Last time it went so well, so let's go again.
Let's go again.
We'll be back. head across to Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, or even just shout at Alexa, and she will play our podcast for you every Wednesday. Click subscribe and leave a review. YouTube. Oh yeah, and we're on YouTube now. Shall we dive into our Agony Aunt's head special?
Let's go for it. I've got a situation that occurred on the weekend. So obviously, me, Alex, and Meg went for staycation. And obviously, we're tier 2, technically going into a tier 1 place, but we are the same household. We all live together. And we were going into a separate house. And my cousin is the same age as Meg, just a year older than us, and is newly single. And I said to Alex 2 weeks ago, I was like, I think we should set Meg up with my cousin. Okay. And we were like, let's just not tell her he's fit or like whatever. Just not really say anything about him because then she'll overthink. She'll be like, oh my God, do I have to wear makeup? Oh my God, I look horrible. We're like, let's just play it so down. Let's invite him over for drinks on the Saturday. And if they get on, they get on great. If they don't, then whatever. We haven't hyped her up for something.
Perfect.
So my cousin comes around and at one point he goes to the toilet and I get a look from Meg and she's like, I can't believe you didn't tell me he was fit. I have no makeup on. I look horrendous. A heads up would have been nice. And me and Al were like, no, like if we told you, you would have freaked out. No. So my first dilemma is, did me and Al do the right thing by not telling her and just letting her go in blind?
Yes, because she went in as her authentic self.
Yes.
That's the best thing. If you have time to amp it up and then there's a pressure like, oh my God, I'm going to see this person, do I need to look a certain way? She's going to overthink every single aspect. She gets to see him, he gets to see her, equal playing field. Love that for her.
Exactly. So they get on very well where we were. There's a sofa outside and because he smokes as well. So I was like, Meg, there's your drunk cigarette partner. So they were going out for cigarettes. And me and I look out the window and they're fully getting with each other. And then I look outside the window again. And I mean, I see something I wish I never saw.
Oh no.
Yeah. Alex saw it as well. And we have both said throughout yesterday, we cannot get that image out of our head. Now I'm thinking, is this weird that I've set up my housemate, my friend, and my cousin together? Am I going to?
Do they know you saw?
Yeah, Meg does, yeah. I don't know if he does.
Okay.
But have I now done the wrong thing? Should I just have left it?
So, it could get weird. However, priority should be their happiness. So
absolutely.
So I've had a recent experience where I set up 2 of my really close friends. Yes. And I struggled with it at the beginning because it's such a change in dynamic. But imagine if they were the forever person for them and you like put them together and then you'll be family.
That would be nice.
Imagine the wedding. Yeah.
Love this. Already overthinking this. After trying to get that image out of my head.
Well, I'm trying to put nicer images in your head, wedding day, bells, cake. So I think you've done the right thing. It just will be, if it was to kick off, I think there would be an icky period.
Yeah, there would be.
But there's an icky period for everything in life. You just have to get used to the new normal. Are they still talking?
Yes, they are.
Oh my gosh. Is he going to come visit?
I think so.
How are you going to feel about that?
I might just take myself off to another household for the weekend.
I mean, as long as you hear no noises.
That's the thing. When I saw what I saw, I heard something as well.
What, a little moan?
Yeah.
Oh, ooh. Okay, I think you've done the right thing. When you go full Cilla Black, sometimes, and they're close to you, sometimes it just changes the dynamics and it can be a bit complicated. But imagine, that's their forever person and now they found them. Happiness for them.
Love that for them.
Love that for them. Shall I go into some of the ones we got sent?
Yeah, go for it, hon.
So, should I be expecting to still be officially asked to be someone's girlfriend, or are we too old for this now? He's 29 and I'm 24, and we've been seeing each other for 3 months, but he still hasn't asked me. What should I do?
3 months?
Yeah, it's a female.
3 months is still quite soon in my eyes.
I always said I think 3 months is the perfect amount of time.
Little slight commitment phobe over here. I'm kind of just like, and also I think now's a weird time because we're in such unprecedented times. Do we really want to commit to anything in like a pandemic? I don't know, I just think people's priorities might be a little bit off. So I feel like it would take longer than usual to want to make that step or thing official.
Yeah. But if you had been seeing someone like super often and you felt ready for that step to be made, do you think that she should wait for him? Or do you think maybe she should go? If I was her,
Yeah.
this is the problem. We live in such a commitment-phobe society.
Yeah.
I think, and I know I would probably be scared to ask the question, but if I felt ready, is there a harm in saying something? What's the fear? Or is the fear that you would say something and then they would stress because you're a step ahead from them and then...
Yeah, I always feel like boys are like a lot slower than girls. Like girls are like to be organised and planned. They like to know things. And we automatically do think, what's next? Whereas like boys don't. They like to be a bit more chilled. Like I would maybe let it go to 4 months. And then I would just be a bit like, I don't know, it depends. Like, have you had the conversation of, are you seeing like anyone else?
Yeah, true.
That's what I would do first. I think in my situation I'm in now, my next step would to have a conversation to be like, are you still seeing anyone else? I've paused my dating apps. I'm seeing how this goes. Chat.
Can I just say, your evolvement from that first dating episode to now where you're considering having a conversation and you paused your dating apps, I am proud.
I mean, lockdown romance.
Love that for you. So yeah, maybe, you know, if it's been 3 months, what month are we in now? We're in October. So maybe give it to the end of November. It might be a lovely Advent treat. Lovely Advent treat to just open that conversation up. And, you know, if it all goes well, you'll have someone for December officially.
And yeah, that's the thing. You need to actually do this like just before Christmas, because what do you get them for Christmas for their for a Christmas present?
And if it all goes wrong, there's no better time just to eat your feelings away than Christmas.
Absolutely. That's the best thing.
And sometimes I think when you are surrounded by people in relationships or you see people on social media in relationships, you do feel this pressure to rush.
Oh, 100%. That's like sometimes me, I'm like, no, like take it slow. Because my favourite part, I think, is before you're even in a relationship and you're spending time with each other. Like, it's not serious. That's my favourite part.
The butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just give it a while. It's okay. But if you really want to have the conversation, go for it.
That's the thing. I think you know when.
True. Oh, I love being a little agony aunt. Let me see the other ones we got sent in. So this is from a female listener. Yeah. She says, I'm in a relationship, stuck in lockdown, living together. But how do I break up without this awkward, ongoing living situation? Is it okay to do so? Or do I need to wait until things are more in the clear?
I mean, put your own happiness first, for one. When I broke up with my ex, we lived together. And there was like a brief period where we stayed living together until he moved out. And it's not as awkward as you think it's going to be. I mean, I can't speak for everyone. Like, it wasn't obviously the nicest thing, but I quite enjoyed it because it just meant I didn't actually have to speak to him.
So when you did that, how did it work? So if you broke up, let's say on the evening, did you sleep and one slept on the sofa? So
I slept at Alex's because we had a raging argument, and then he was like, I don't even want to be with you anymore. And then I was like, okay, fine. So I was like, fine. And that doesn't scare me. I'll pack my bags and go. So I went and stayed at Alex's for a couple of nights, and then it was quite quick when he moved out. Yeah, like you've got no choice really. And I just think, look, if we do go into a second lockdown, now we're kind of in a little bit of a patch where we can go out and do what we want a bit. Obviously, more so if you're in tier 1. So now is probably the best time to do it if we were to go into a lockdown, then you're stuck with him. But lockdown or not, you're still living together when you break up with him.
Yeah, and I guess, you know what? If now is the crux before we're about to go into the unknown of what could be a second lockdown, it is time to surround yourselves and put yourself in a position with the best people around you. Like, it's now all over. It's time to rip off that Band-Aid and go to safety, because otherwise you might have a very awkward Christmas day. Yeah, and do you know what it is? Like, breaking up with someone is never going to be an easy thing to do. Like, it's going to be hard and a bit horrible. But if you don't want to be with them, you don't want to be with them. And it's just going to make you actually, it's going to have a more of an effect on you if you have to stay living with them. Do you know what? I don't think I would ever be able to break up with someone. I think I'd feel so uncomfortable. Oh, no, it was the best thing I did. Settle life. Peace out. See you later. This one's from my sister. Morally, should I get a cleaner in lockdown? House mixing versus house life. I'm so... What sister is this? My older sister, Helen. Shout out, Helen.
So I'm so with Helen on this one. I am absolutely gagging for a cleaner in this house. Oh my God. We actually did get one in, but she wasn't very good. So we're trying to find another one. My point being, we are now in our houses like 24/7. They're dirtier than ever. We need a cleaner in. Support the cleaning business.
Yeah, I guess you're supporting like self-employed people. It's just that thing of, is it really safe right now to be allowing people into your home? You know, we're not supposed to have anyone in our homes.
Yeah,
But you're allowed people to go to work. So
they can clean an office, so why can't they clean a house?
And to be honest, if we are going to be stuck at home, it is nicer to be in cleaner surroundings. I mean, I did have a cleaner, but we stopped our cleaner at the beginning of coronavirus.
Yeah.
And we haven't gone back. And in a way, to be honest, in like a flat life or in like sharing a house or sharing a flat with someone, it's all about everyone pitching in. And we do have like a rota now, and we make sure everyone is on top of it and keep things clean and keep things like in stock, etc., aka toilet roll. But that does work. But also, I think it's if you have time, and if you don't have time, especially if you're working full time and then you're struggling with your own free time and you don't want to spend that time cleaning every single week, and you can afford it because it is a luxury to be able to do so, then I think, Helen, go just do it, babe. Treat yourself.
I'm all for it. Everyone has different standards of cleaning, and I know mine are quite high. So there's things that piss me off that wouldn't piss someone else off. So I will always put more effort maybe into cleaning something. Say I love cleaning the bathroom, but then when someone else cleans the bathroom, I get a bit like, oh, it's not really done because it's not done how I would do it.
Agreed.
Whereas if a cleaner did it, I'm fine about it because they do it to a professional standard. But I'm all for the getting a cleaner in.
And I get icky about even, to be honest, I'm a very big clean freak. So I get icky, you know, if there's a crumb left from a toast or something. Like if you're making some food and you're leaving a bit of a crumb, like you could have easily put in the bin, I'm annoyed. Full blank annoyed. So the people do have different levels of cleanliness, I guess.
It's like leaving shit in the sink for me. That really pisses me off.
Oh, especially if you've got, it takes nothing. I'm a cook where, you know, if I'm cooking whatever basic ass meal that I can manage to cook, I clean as a cook so I can enjoy my food.
I do try and do that, but sometimes it is hard, so I will just leave it for after. I'm quite known for just leaving dishes on the side.
Because I would rather have the pots and pans and everything done, and then I've got my nice meal in a clean kitchen. I'm like, right, now I can eat in peace.
Yeah.
It's heavenly.
It's nice when it works out like that.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
My flatmate refuses to pay me back for any food or takeaways, ignores my Monzo requests, and struggles to remember when she owes me money. I have asked numerous times and sometimes get sick of asking, but how do they not realise?
Did Alex write this about me? Because I owe her £97 right now. I just got a tally that I just keep adding up.
No, she didn't.
No, I'm joking.
There's nothing more awkward.
This is annoying, though.
Yeah, there is nothing more awkward than a conversation about money. I truly believe that.
It's that awkward though, because it's like when you message me, say, "Oh, like, do you mind sending me this?" I'm like, "Yeah, fine, whatever." You're like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Rob, don't say sorry. It's for the podcast. We go halves on it anyway."
Yeah,
like it's not awkward, but I think this situation where it this girl's housemate.
Yeah.
See, that is awkward because if you're getting takeaways and shit, why is she getting them if she can't afford them? For one, could you just stop offering to pay for it, though?
I think sometimes it's not an awkward situation asking for the money. It's the other person actively not giving you it back is what makes it awkward.
Yeah.
And it kind of becomes like friendship and money never mix. I owe someone money. I feel like that's a debt that I need to sort out straight away. I'm always like, oh, it's on me, it's on me. And your friends will feel the same. Like when I was like, oh, babe, can you send me that? You were like, yes, straight away. Da, 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 da. Imagine if you said yeah and then never sent me it. And I had to ask you again and then you never sent me it. And then I think it says a lot about the person.
You see, the thing is, sometimes I'm just forgetful. Like, honestly, I've been meaning to give Al this for like 2 weeks.
But she knows she's going to get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she can come into my room and pin me to the bed and say, I'm not going until you send the Barclays bank transfer, really.
Use your Face ID and she can get on the app.
She can do it herself. The thing is, it's like the money's there. I'm just forgetful at actually doing it. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this is awkward because I mean, it's awkward when you like send the request on Monday and they ignore it. That is awkward. I would actually just say to her, like, look, is there a reason why you haven't sent me this? I'm quite honest. I'll be upfront. I'll be like, look, like, you need to send this to me. It's really, maybe actually I would add up everything. If you want me to wait till payday, that's fine.
Yeah, I'd be like, I kind of need this for Like, and you don't have to justify why you need it because it's yours.
Yeah.
And even, I guess, if they were a bit more honest about why they haven't sent it, you'd probably have more respect for them.
Absolutely. Like, I'd just be like, look, just be transparent with
Honesty
me.
is the best policy all the time.
100%.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed those kind of people? This is a much broader question. It's like, I hate doing rounds because someone is always trying to swittle out of getting around in. I always feel that.
There's always one.
There's always one. Or there's always one when it gets to their round, they are cheaper on their own drink. It's just, I hate stingy bitches.
Do you know what? What's your thing? Because for once, basically, like, you know, when you go out for a group meal,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's like, oh, we'll just all split it equally, or it's we will split it.
Itemize.
We'll pay for what we got. I remember one time it was a friend's birthday, we went for like a bottomless brunch, and I got something significantly like cheaper on the menu because I was like, it's like before payday, I'm a bit skint, and no one else followed that same thing. So when it came to doing the bill, because I think it was like 12 of us, it was obviously way pre-Rona, it was like a couple of years ago now, and I ended up paying £15 extra because we'd end up around, and that was when I learned. I was like, do you know what? Next time I go out for a meal for a group, I'm never just going to get the cheapest thing because when the bill comes, we're just going to end up splitting it anyway.
So I think that one of your friends in that moment should have spoken up for you and said, oh no, but BB just had this. Because I've been the person at a group who hasn't drunk, let's say.
Yeah.
And there's been occasions where I've paid like I've drunk. If you go for a meal and certain people drink and certain people don't, the people who drink pay for the drinks. I don't mind about paying £1 towards your tuna tartare. Like, I'm fine with that. But I'm not paying for you to get tipsy and drunk while I'm sipping my lime soda.
Well,
absolutely not.
I went for dinner not that long ago and I didn't drink, but then I was just like, oh my God, like when we get there, it's so much easier if we just split it. Like, I'm not first. Maybe I was just feeling like a bougie bitch that day.
But it depends how much.
It wasn't that much difference.
Yeah, it depends how much, because there is those occasions where you do go and people start to go ham on the beverages because they think, and you're thinking, you think we're splitting this? Like, sorry, honey, no. But if I was all going out for like a cheap Italian or going for a cheap meal, I'm sorry, splitting is the easiest way forward. Itemizing the bill is uncomfortable, especially when the person comes over with the card machine and everyone's like, I owe £18.12. Is there a service charge? £1.26. So 54p each. Oh, cringe me later. Embarrassing.
Service charge is so awkward.
Just you round it up and you pay it, and if it's a bit over, you give them a tip. What about the ones that you got? Because I know you've got a few. Which ones have you got there?
Okay, I've got a sexy one. So, me and my partner have been in lockdown together, and during so our sex life has slightly gone downhill. I'm starting to worry, is it me? Have I done something? How can I try and get the spark back?
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's so awkward when this happens. My ex, and this is... I feel like on podcast episodes, I always have a story about my psycho ex. Every time I go to say this out loud, I'm like, baby, how the fuck did you stay with him for like so long? But it was a tricky situation to get out of.
Yeah.
But he would literally never want to have sex with me. I mean, obviously, I think now, look back, I'm like, well, yeah, because you were sleeping with other girls. But say I would mention it, he would just be like, just don't want to. And I'd be like,
really?
I tried everything. I would wear like really fit underwear. No, like nothing. Do you know what? He was so interested in FIFA that there was one time I was in the bedroom and I sent him a really fit nude and he just replied back, like as in I texted it across the room thinking that's quite cool. He just replied back and was like, okay. And I was like, okay. He was like, I don't know why you're sending me that. And I was like, excuse me? People would pay for that if I made an OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they would, $4.99 a month.
I got to the point where I just was, just literally just fuck you. And I mean, no wonder we broke up. But I can kind of relate that it makes you feel really quite shit.
Yeah.
And I used to think, is it me? Is it me? I mean, look back now, absolutely no way in hell it was not me. No. But yeah, how do you get that spark back?
I feel like people definitely have different rhythms. And maybe I would look at the whole aspect of it that sex is like feeling sexual comes from a few different things. You know, we've all been in lockdown. Is he feeling confident? Is he feeling confident in himself? Is he not feeling his body confident? Is he not feeling like he wants to be naked? There's that side of it. Is he not got the sort of energy and he's not doing a lot? Are you working from home? Are you constantly like around each other? Sometimes maybe you feel like a bit too comfortable around each other and then that kind of dwindles.
Yeah. But also, like,
same surroundings, same sitch. Do you know what I mean?
As girls, you know, like when we're on like our periods, or like before we're on our periods or afterwards, and we've just bloated and we feel frumpy and gross. I feel like I felt a lot more like that in lockdown because, you know, like I'm not walking to work, I'm not doing as much exercise, I'm like eating more, etc. Is he just feeling a bit like that and just feeling a bit shit himself in that aspect?
And also, are you guys, you know, how long have you been together? Are you clicking autopilot or are you clicking shuffle? Now, that is a good question. Are we just doing the same routine that you know works? Or are we trying something new? There's a whole world out there. There's a whole world. You need to maybe just have the question. Or would you have the question or would you try and seduce?
Well, I tried to seduce before I did the question. Then when the seducing wasn't getting anywhere, I just got fed up and just straight upset. Like, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Obviously, I didn't say it like that. I was just a bit like, you never seem to want to have sex with me. What is going on? I just said it as that.
And so let's say if you're trying to seduce someone, what would you do? Oh, this is good.
I don't want to put this on the podcast.
Okay, well, I will. I would get
you
definitely
get your straw out.
No, because my straws happen. So let's say we're at home, where I'm trying to seduce my partner. Alexa, play a good playlist. Straight up, I'd have some good music on in the background.
Really, music?
Just something, just to be a bit like frisky. I'd offer them a drink. Oh, there you go. Some good underwear, and then you just go for it. Maybe start with a bit touchy-feely. I learned that last week in the Perfect Date episode. Bit of touchy-feely on the arm, on the leg, and then try and get them down and dirty. That's how I would advise, you know.
No,
get down, dirty, and a little flirty.
Oh, love that for you. No, I'm the touchy feeling, that's 100%. No, I don't want to stay on the pod. I keep learning too much on these podcasts. And then my auntie was like, I'm learning a lot about you. And I'm like, oh, God. And my manager listens sometimes as well. And I just can't have my corporate manager knowing how I do things in the bedroom.
True.
Sometimes I do give her a warning and I'm like, don't listen to this week's episode.
I retract my previous statement and my ex-employer can listen because that's not a problem at all. Any current new employers, enjoy. This is what you're going to get. A little bit of Rob. But yeah, you just have to ask the question or try and seduce.
I would go seduce and then question.
Yeah.
And then if nothing really improves, then I think you need to get rid.
Or, get rid. And whilst you're getting rid, and some Mr. Hoodie, get yourself a little... So I've just ran to a new room because there's car alarms going off. Love that.
Welcome to London.
But we have one last one, which you have.
Okay, so this is from someone who follows me. And they said, I broke up with my ex at the start of this year, before lockdown. And I'm really struggling to get over them. I feel like because I haven't been able to go out and have my single girl phase, they're still living in my head. And what are your tips for getting over someone?
Okay. Now, I am someone who falls, and then it takes me a very long time to get over someone. It just, once they're placed in my head, it takes me a while to get rid of them. I actually heard of this trend.
Yeah, it depends who it is.
Yeah, I heard of this trend recently that this is supposedly the best way you can get over someone is, you know, like a calendar. Supposedly, this is the way to get over someone, you need to have a 30-day calendar. And every day you need to write down something you don't miss about them. Now, if you contact them or get in touch with them or have anything to do with them, you have to restart the 30 days. And supposedly by the end of the 30 days, you will hit the point where you will have gotten over them because all you'll remember is all of those things and it ends the streak. It's like how after 3 weeks, something's a routine.
Interesting. I've never heard of that before.
How about you? Because you were in that relationship and I know it ended tumultuously after everything he put you through. A nice way to say after everything he put you through.
I think my first relationship, though, it took me like a year to get over that person. And do you know what I learned from that is when I break up with someone, I will block, like block them on everything. Like
Yeah.
if they're not there, then there's no constant reminders. That isn't, I will go through, I'll delete all photos off my phone. With like my first relationship, I do still have some photos and stuff. Like there's still photos on Facebook because it was like, oh, it was my first relationship. I thought it was kind of cute. And that didn't really end badly. They're memories I don't want to like erase. But I will just remove them off everything. Even their family. I don't want to, because then they're just going to pop up one random day. It's Christmas and the mum posts a family photo. I don't want to see it. And the thing is, with a breakup, I think they are going to, like, it will get better. There will be a day where you wake up and you don't think about them. It's just, it can just take longer.
And I guess a clean break is the best way. And if you're still looking to see if someone's viewed your story or viewed your Instagram or just have you, I remember on Snapchat, like I used to look constantly when I had Snapchat, because I'm sorry, I don't agree with Snapchat these days. When they're still in your peripheral vision, you ain't getting over anyone.
Absolutely. You're doing yourself no favours. That's just self-sabotage at that point, to be honest.
Oh, 100%. But
I think it's annoying, like, because I had a friend who broke up with her boyfriend just before lockdown, and she was saying the same thing about, like, she feels that with Corona she hasn't had, like, her wild single phase. And I think that is kind of shit, but then at least you're not going down a rabbit hole of just going out drinking every weekend, because I did that. I mean, it was fun, but yeah.
And do you truly think you can get over someone by getting under someone else? Because I don't know.
100%.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
But do you think, because you also don't want to be a relationship hopper, so I think that works in the kind of like you're going out having fun, but jumping into another relationship as a bounce back is, I don't think is helpful.
No, I wouldn't either. I think you need the time to recover and get back everything for yourself, because for so long you've been living 50-50 with someone else, and then you need to get used to living 100% with you, healing yourself, and then you can go and like do whatever, I think anyway.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
If you're getting over someone who you broke up with like pre-lockdown, like I think you just need to take it day by day and like believe in yourself that you will get over them. Whereas if you're just going to sit there sulking around like, I'm never going to move forward, no one's going to love me, then that's not going to happen. It's all about law of attraction, and read Good Vibes, Good Life, my favourite positivity book.
And they're probably still on a pedestal right now, because if you haven't gone out there and after a certain amount of time you go through all the shit and then they're still sat on that pedestal and you start to forget all the bad stuff and only remember the good stuff. It's getting to get them off that pedestal. Stop thinking that they were amazing because there was a reason why it hasn't worked out.
Yeah, and think, you had a lovely time together and it just was not meant to be.
So we caw, fly away. Oh. Love that. Well, not for them, but love that in general.
It's just when we've just said that saying too much, it's just like, love that for you.
I can't stop saying it.
And on that note, I feel like we've shared and solved some problems.
We've gone through what we've been sent in. We're taking our glasses off, closing the book, hanging up our Agony Aunt hats for this week.
Yeah.
And are you ready to pitch a gal code rule?
Yeah, I am so ready.
We'll be right back.
Loving what you hear? I mean, obviously, head straight over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a little rating and review. I mean, if you're extra special, we'll put your review on a tile on our Instagram grid at the Gal Code Podcast. Thanks!
And we are back with our Gal Code rules for the week. And
do you know what? I just remember that I did, because I just caught sight of it. What? I chipped my tooth on a Belvita on Friday.
Oh no. Oh, yeah. Babe, it's just not been your week.
I just remembered that, yeah. That was going to be my hit of the week. I chipped my tooth on a Belvita.
Oh.
But the plus side the peak is, my auntie's my dentist, so that won't cost me anything.
Oh, she's a winner. Winner.
She's a winner. No chicken for dinner.
I know, I was going to say.
Winner, she can't taste her chicken for dinner.
Hashtag Corona. Do you want to go first, or shall I go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Because I'm bringing back a bitchy one. I hope you're excited.
Yes.
Okay.
You needed. Is it because I won last week, so you were like, shit, I need to bring mine back?
No, because I don't think this one's going to win, but it's something that's bugging the out of me and I need to express it.
Lovely. Okay, so mine is, I'm taking it back to basic manners, and it's treat others how you want to be treated, right?
Oh.
I feel like we as human beings have gone a little bit shit recently. This has started because I posted a TikTok of my hair, and I put in the caption about going brunette. And I mean, I've dyed my hair a very, very light brown. And I am just being inundated and attacked by people's opinions of my hair, saying that it's not brown, I should have got a refund. Yeah, it's nice, but it's not brown. Girl, you've gone from blonde to blonde. And it's not like I can say, oh, I'm being trolled, because that's not really trolling. They're not saying anything really negative, but they're not saying nice things. And it's just like, if you don't have anything nice to say, then just don't say it. And if you posted this and people were doing this to you, you wouldn't like it. Would you like it if I did that to you? No. So wind it back in. I think we all need a lesson in how to be decent human beings and just be kind.
So treat others how you want to be treated. Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's my girl code rule. Treat others how you want to be treated, and it makes you a nice person as well.
Coming through with the positive statements.
Yeah,
Love that.
absolutely. Now I'm ready for your bitchy one.
You're having lunch, not 4 p.m. brunch. I am sick to death of people claiming that they're eating bottomless brunch at all hours of the day. Brunch falls, to me, between the hours of 10 and maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock. But no.
No, 10 till 2, 10 till 2.
2 o'clock is lunchtime.
No, brunch time.
No.
Like if you're doing bottomless brunch at 2 p.m, yeah.
People are having bottomless brunch at 5 p.m. on Saturdays.
That's bottomless dinner.
Yeah, it's dinner. Lunchtime still exists on a regular day. So I am so over hearing people attending. Bottomless brunch. Brunch was created as the middle ground between breakfast and lunch. Brunch. It should be in the middle of the two. It combines the two. If you're eating in the afternoon, that is lunch. I am sorry.
Do you know what? I see what you're saying, because I feel like brunch has got kind of missed. I think people see it as more of a cuisine than actual, like it is kind of just a late breakfast, early lunch. So then, yeah, I think people just like to have a fry up and Prosecco at 2 p.m.
Yeah, that's lunch.
So 5 p.m. and 4 p.m.
Lunch,
That's wrong. That's wrong.
I'm just so over it. It really irritates
I
me
agree.
when people put brunch up on their Instagram stories. And I'm like, it is 3:30 p.m. You're having scrambled eggs for lunch. That was my irritation of the week. That's my bitch rule.
I want to put that in the girl code. I feel quite passionate about that. As a brunch enthusiast, I think that should go in.
But I quite like yours too. So do we do a week where we put 2 in?
Or do we just vote and I win again?
You would win. This is the thing. I like to do the bitchy ones. The bitchy ones never win. This is the problem.
Yeah, but I think people would vote for that though.
Right, let's do a vote because I quite like the polls.
Yeah, I like them. It cracks me up.
Versus.
Because I like seeing who votes for what as well. I like nosing on there.
Love that.
You're not the person I thought you were.
My mum didn't even vote for mine. My mother did not even vote for mine. I was like, where is the loyalty? Like, where is the loyalty? Okay, perfect. We'll put that on our polls.
Yeah.
And we'll do a little 1 versus 1.
Woo-hoo!
We'll be right back.
All right, well, what's our government shit show of this week? What has actually happened? We could have a no-deal Brexit.
I mean, personally for me, tears. Just tears.
Yes, why don't we get about the tiers? I thought the tiers were brought in to make it super clear. So it's great, you're in tier 2. This is exactly what happens. Tier 3 is exactly what happens. But then we have like tier 3A, tier 3B, tier 3C. I think it's like in Lancashire, you can go to the gym, but in Liverpool, who are also in tier 3, you can't go to the gym. So the gyms are more infected there. Like, I'm a bit confused.
But also, is anyone stopping people travelling between the tiers?
Well, I don't think so. I feel like...
The tier 2s, yeah, or like, how do you police that? I know that Wales have announced firebreaker shutdown for 2 weeks.
Firebreaker. So who's coming up with these stupid names for one? Firebreaker?
Oh, we love a catchphrase, a little hashtag, put a little emoji at the end. So is coronavirus going to go on holiday for 2 weeks? What's going on there? Because is it just going to hide away at the end?
With the tier 2 thing, I was really pissed off because I think it's stupid, for one. I can go to the office and see my work friends, but I can't go to the pub or restaurant with my friends. And it's like, we're just basing things now on pubs and restaurants, and they've got no way of telling that if you are from the same household or not. It bamboozles me. Oh, I can go to an open air pub, I can't go to an indoor pub. I think it's daft. I would have had way more respect for the government if they did do that 2-week complete shutdown and just fully shut everything, because it's equal for all. Everyone's having the same treatment. It's very simple. It's just don't leave your house for 2 weeks. I kind of get it.
Do you know what? If I wasn't made refundant, my pit of the week was going to be when I got the tube to you to record the last episode and I fell asleep and some stranger decided to sit next to me on an empty carriage in the middle of a pandemic.
So annoying. So annoying.
Gross. Even in the midst of normality, don't sit next to me on an empty carriage. But in a pandemic?
Yeah.
No.
It's so rude.
Oh, it's just grim. What are we going to do? Cuddle? Move. Yeah. So next week is our Halloween themed special. And in
Halloween's
spirit,
not cancelled.
it's not on the gal code. Essential workers. We are essential workers.
We are key workers.
You don't see Phil and Holly taking a break. So next week, we are going to talk through some conspiracy theories.
Oh.
So if you guys want to send in your favorite conspiracy theories, we're not talking Corona. I'm sorry, I'm not doing the 5G conspiracy.
No, I don't get that. I think that's bullshit.
That doesn't register on my brain. But we're going to talk through
I'm talking, is Carol Baskin's husband dead? As in, did she kill her husband?
I'm talking like Area 54 aliens. Are they in the real world?
I definitely believe in aliens.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you have psychics?
Yeah, did I not tell you that? I went to see one.
Oh, don't tell me anything more. Do not tell me anything more. I wish that I could go and see a palm reader right now, but I don't want them to touch my hand, and I can't.
I didn't do palm reader. I did tarot cards and psychic, and I did it over FaceTime.
Oh my God, iconic. So next week, we're going to be back for all things that, a little bit spooky, a little bit Halloween-y, live that. Yeah. I would dress up, but I hate Halloween costumes, and it's a podcast. Oh, I need to find a bitchy rule about Halloween.
Yes, let's do full on a gal code Halloween specials.
It's a shame, because if we were together, we could have done Bob and Apples.
That would have been lovely. Perfect for a podcast. People would have loved to have heard that.
You just heard us dunk our faces into water and gargle.
Lovely. Very Corona friendly.
So we'll be back for that next week, and we will see you then.
Bye.